Jack Smith.
Yeah.
Biden gets Merrick Garland to get Jack Smith to do these investigations of you.
Deranged. He's like a deranged human being.
Well,
I watch this guy.
What's his motivation?
I think he's just a sick guy. He destroyed the lives of many people. He was overturned unanimously in the Supreme Court. I believe he's 0-5. In other words, he takes it to the end. He was involved with the IRS scandal, the big Lois Lerner IRS. That was him. That was his baby, where the government had to end up paying money, damages, and apologies all over the place, where they went after Christians and they went after incredible people. Jack Smith, he's like a deranged individual, and I think we're doing very well with that guy. But he's a sick puppy. And you know, you look at the boxes. I come under the Presidential Records Act. I'm allowed to do everything that you see. Biden didn't. Biden's got 1,850 boxes. He's got boxes in Chinatown. Now, here's a guy getting money from China, and he's got boxes in Chinatown. That's big stuff. He's got boxes at Penn, totally unsecure, and he's got boxes under his Corvette, right behind his Corvette, sitting on a wet garage floor, classified documents. I never hear anything about that. It's a rigged system. It's a corrupt country. We're living in a very corrupt country, and I've exposed it. I fired Comey. That was a big thing when I fired Comey. I got rid of a lot of other people, too. And I was really knocking the hell out of the deep state. And then COVID came along, a gift from China. The China virus came along, and we did an incredible job in rebuilding. And by the time we handed over, we had the stock market at a higher point than it was just prior to COVID coming in, which was like a miracle what happened. And then you had all that we call them the returning jobs, the returning Trump jobs. They all started returning. And we did a great job with that. But the deep state is something we have to fight very strong in this country.
I talk to a lot of people. People will come up to me, even independents, liberals, and say, I'm not sure I like Trump, but I love the fact that when he gets back in there, he's going to clean house.
Like you wouldn't believe.
Where do you start? Who's first?
Well,
and where do you go?
I mean, it's sort of an easy question. The first thing I'm doing is we're going to have great border security. We're going to put Tom Homan and the guys. Brandon Judd's fantastic, as you know. You've interviewed him many times, and he's great. We have great people on the border. They want to do the job. It's incredible, actually, that they want to do it so much. They cry when they see what's happening. Our country's being invaded. But we're going to strengthen up the border. We're going to drill, baby, drill. I say it. We're going to drill. We're going to get the energy prices way down.
You famously dropped tomahawks on Syria with President Xi at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an amazing moment. Why is Biden so afraid of China? What's going on with the Bidens and the Chinese that I heard today that Jennifer Granholm actually contacted the CCP when they were about to release oil from the SPR, and also maybe have sold some of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to a Chinese company that may have a link to Hunter Biden. What is with this?
By the way, the reserve, which I helped fill up, and now it's at the lowest point in history.
Right.
We have almost nothing. You know, that was meant for wars and military, not to reduce the gasoline prices for an election, which is what they did. And now it's almost empty. And I had it full. We were full. And I was buying it cheap, too, really cheap. And Congress was fighting me. The Democrats basically were fighting. I believe we have a compromised president. I believe he is so petrified of China because they know how much money has been given to him. And they know where it is. And I tell you, Jamie Comer's done an incredible job. Jim Jordan, they've done an incredible job. But they found, as of today, I think $32 million that went into his accounts and the various accounts of the family. That's a tremendous amount of money, and nothing was done for it. It was just a bribe. It's just a bribe, extortion and a bribe. When you see him talking about the $1 billion for the prosecutor, I'm amazed nothing was ever done. You know, you talk about quid pro quo. That was quid pro quo. But I believe that China has paid them a lot more than that. You look at University of Pennsylvania, you take a look at what's going on over there, where China pays millions and millions of dollars. The Biden Center, and I guess they pay him $1 million a year, or I think they have it $999,000 a year. That way you don't have to maybe report because it's under $1 million. But I believe we have a compromised person as president. I believe that China has paid him a fortune. I've never seen anybody so weak on China. China's eating our lunch. They're taking over Cuba. They're taking over South America. They're taking over everything. This all happened over the last 3 years.
China and Russia. Now, all of a sudden, doing military exercises in the Aleutian Islands near Alaska.
Right, that's right.
That's very dangerous
unthinkable.
for us.
So that just, we heard about that 2 days ago, would have never happened if I were president. That would have never happened. I would have called each one. I said, stop, it's not going to happen. And they would have listened to me 100%. So it's very sad. I think it's the weakest our country has ever been. And I do think we have a Manchurian candidate. This is a president who's a Manchurian candidate. This is a president who's fully compromised. He's so afraid of China, and the reason he's afraid is because I believe they paid him a tremendous amount of money, and he doesn't want people to find out about it.